Good morning, this is Breakfast with Emily Maitlis and Bill Turnbull.
Tony Blair tells Kofi Annan the United Nations should be playing a bigger role in Iraq. Later today, he goes to Washington to meet President Bush.
That's our main story on Breakfast today, Friday the 16th of April.
Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining us. Also on today's programme, civilians being held hostage will be looking at why there have been so many kidnappings in Iraq.
The traffic calming measures that give motorists the hump will be looking at whether there are better ways of preventing speeding.
I don't think they work at all. They drive me absolutely nuts.
And it's a beautiful start to the day here in Starhead in Wiltshire. But indeed, we have got a band of rain extending from Newcastle down to Plymouth. On either side of that, there'll be showers today. Tomorrow looks like being the driest day of the weekend for most of us, but there will be rain in the northwest, and that's going to spread right across us on Sunday. More from me in 15 minutes.
And also a little later in the programme, John Craven will be in foodie heaven. Bill wishes he were too.
Good morning and welcome to one of Britain's top restaurants, the Manoir aux Quatre Saisons in the village of Great Milton in Oxfordshire. Now, we're rounding up our week-long look at food issues with the help of some of the world's top gastronomes and restaurateurs who are all meeting here. So join us for some tantalising fare after 9 o'clock.
Feeling hungry already. First, our main story this morning. The Prime Minister has urged the United Nations to get involved in the process of handing over power in Iraq. Tony Blair said a new resolution will be needed to help the transfer.
The time is just coming up to 18 minutes past 8 on Friday, the 16th of April. Former journalist and spin doctor Martin Sixsmith will be here in a few minutes to tell us about his new foray into writing fiction based, of course, on fact.
Night at the Opera, how the Savoy Theatre wants to replace rock with Rossini on the West End stage.
And calming or calamity, is it time for a break on the spread of speed bumps? Max Foster is in Derby. Max.
The debate came to a head here. The people living here had 140 speed humps removed. This is where two of them stood. We'll be finding out how similar campaigns have sparked up across the country.
Now, let's take you back to Carol Kirkwood in her lovely back garden, stately home of some kind, Stourbridge, I think, isn't it, Carol?
It certainly is. It's Starhead in Wiltshire, Emily, and it is stunningly beautiful. It's a lovely start to the day.
10.7 of those to the pound. If you are travelling, safe journey, have a nice weekend. I'll see you on Monday.
Thanks, Declan.
Or we might just be here working instead.
He won't be.
You will. We will. We're back on the road after 9 o'clock this morning, and John Craven is at a rather famous and rather tasty restaurant in Oxford.
Just how elegant can you be? This is part of the gardens of Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons, one of Britain's top restaurants. And many of the world's top chefs and food writers are gathering here over the next few days to discuss some of the hottest topics in food and food production. And we'll be joining them after 9 o'clock. But first, here's the news, travel and weather, wherever you are.
Morning, this is Breakfast. In the next half hour, a tale of sexual jealousy, marital tension and a private eye. It's on our TV screen soon, and it's by Anthony Trollope.
Stay with us for that. Right now, Kate has this morning's main news. Kate.
Hello, thanks. Good morning. The Prime Minister, Tony Blair, has urged the United Nations to become involved in the process of handing over power in Iraq. He said a new resolution will be needed to help the transfer of sovereignty. Mr. Blair's been meeting... Those are the main stories from me. Now back to Emily and Bill.
Kate, thank you.
Thanks, Kate. Now, here's a taste of what's coming up later in the programme. We go behind the headlines with the former spin doctor Martin Sixsmith, who leads us along those corridors of power in his new fictional book.
We'll be talking Trollope with the man who's revived interest in the novelist with his TV adaptations. This time it's a programme called He Knew He Was Right.
And after 9 o'clock, we'll be handing over to John Craven, who'll have a feast of foodie fun for all of us.
Yes, we're here at Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons in Oxfordshire, the base of celebrity chef Raymond Blanc. We're going to be focusing on, guess what, food. And we've got a feast of famous names to help us out. So join us after 9 o'clock.
First of all, something rather heavy for rugby fans to digest this morning. Here's Sue.
Yes, morning to you both. Hello. Hello to you at home as well. The Rugby Football League has confirmed there will be an investigation into newspaper claims that 2 players won money after betting on their own team to lose. St Helens and Great Britain stars Sean Long and Martin Gleeson are alleged...
Well, stay with breakfast. There's lots more to come this morning. Just to tell you that drama, of course, on BBC 2.
BBC One
at
Sunday.
9 o'clock on Sunday evening.
Now, this morning we're going to be at Raymond Blanc's restaurant, Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons. Mr. Craven is there for us, where he'll be joined by Prue Leith, Malcolm Gluck and Terence Conran to discuss fine food and fine wine. Lucky thing.
We'd quite like to join him up there, but it is goodbye from us for now before we hand over to John Craven. We have the very latest from the BBC's newsrooms across the UK. Bye-bye from us.